Hello and welcome, my dear friends. Welcome to another episode of Flea Market Vintage Finds. But this time, my dear friends, all that you see on the desk were bought from two Romanian Facebook groups, and one of them is selling all collectible items, and the other one is selling vintage and ancient tools, those here. I must tell you that you probably know I have a great collection of fountain pen and writing instruments. I also collect vintage chess pieces, but there's something that attracted me to those ancient tools, and you'll see the wear and tear of them. You will see their vintage patina. They are used items, but I think that wear and tear and that vintage patina gives them great value. And speaking about the value, you will see that I did not pay large sum of money for the items. So let me start with this box over here. This box is quite interesting, and it contains some really nice vintage discs. They are for the record player, and I will show you the titles. First of all, let me tell you, I think there are several of them, and they came from Germany. 25 years, Hit Parade, 1950-1975, and here are some titles. And also I have some opera, I believe some German opera, Ivan Rebrov, some Russian opera, also some, let me see, some artists back then from Germany, probably 1960s, 1970s. And also let me show you what it is inside. So there's lots of papers, but also the actual discs. Sorry, I'm trying to show them to you. And yes, so there are some leaflets, and then it is the actual discs. Okay, and also Caruso, other operas, great tenors, quite nice. And also a big one right over here, Gala Festival, another big pack. So for all that you see here, including this interesting vinyl box that contains all of them, I paid 100 lei, or the equivalent of 20.14 euros, or 21.53 US dollars. And I think I did okay. I recently discovered also at the flea market a nice looking record player from Philips from the 1970s, and I will repair it because it certainly needs a needle and a power cord. But I will repair it and I will listen to those discs. They seem to be quite in a good shape. I don't think that they were used a lot, so it's quite nice. Of course, the only problems with the discs is the fact that they take lots of space. But I've heard that the quality of the records is quite good in comparison with the CDs and the tapes. I don't have many tapes, but I certainly do have lots of record player discs, these vinyl discs in my collection. Okay, let me place this large box here. And let me start with the tools, guys. So I will start with my favorite little tool. You can see this beautiful, beautiful bill hook. You can see the patina to it. It was certainly a used tool back in its days. I think it's still functional. No engraving of the producers on it, but look at a wonderful detail. Right over here, someone took a little coin, and I'm not so sure, but it is the two-headed eagle, the sign of royalty in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, I believe. I'm not so sure. And this bill hook cost me only 80 lays. It is used, by the way, it is used to cut the vineyard. So I think it's used like this. I'm not so sure. I bought it specially for its patina, its look, and especially this little detail over here. And what did I pay for it, guys? I paid 80 lays, the equivalent of 16.11 euros, or 17.22 US dollars. Let me put this aside. And now let me show you a large knife. It comes in this beautiful leather etui to hold it. And here it is, guys. It's quite a large blade. I think you use it like a sword, like this. You cut with it like this. This beautiful item is hallmarked, and we have here roast fry, med Skarpa, Sweden, Morak, Niv. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. It's quite a nice piece. And this was part of a little auction on that Facebook group. And I think I overpaid for it. It was my first auction, and I thought it is incredible. So I paid quite a large sum of money for it, 250 lays, or 50.35 euros, or 53.83 US dollars for it. And I'm pretty sure I overpaid for it, but it was like a bidding war, so I'm glad that I've made this big offer. But I certainly, let's say, cut down the cost when the second auction appeared with this little knife, which actually you will see it's the brother of the other one. Of course, this ends in this metallic piece, and this ends in this simple wood piece, and it is a little bit smaller. I will show it to you in a minute. It comes also in this beautiful holding pouch. Here, interesting, made in Germany. This thing not engraved but thermically imprinted, okay, or thermically pressed, I think. Yeah, and let me show them both of them. You can see definitely that this is a little bit smaller than the other one, but I've learned my lesson. I did not overpay for it. Actually, I won this in another auction on that Facebook group, and this particular one cost me only 100 lays, and it's basically almost the same shape as the other one. So only 100 lays, and interesting enough, it has the same producer. Let me see if I can put them side by side for you to see better, guys. On this one we have a better roast Flea, med Skarpa, Sweden, Morakniv. This practically a smaller blade, but by the same producer. I bought this to give to a friend as a present, and I will give it today. Okay, so let me continue, guys, and let me show you the hammers. And I have here a hammer. And interesting, it has the name of the producer on it. So we have Carrot with a K. I think that this is 1000, and I've weighed it, and it actually has around 850 grams. I thought it was like a kilogram, 1000 grams. I did not pay a large sum of money for this. You can see the wood handle, or the wood stick is missing. I paid only 30 lays for it, or the equivalent of 6.04 euros, or 6.46 US dollars. You can see the wear and tear and the patina. You can't replace it. It certainly has some wear and tear, and I think that this gives it a great character. Speaking about hammers, this hammer, I think it's a French hammer. It has something engraved here, 500 or 600. This one came with this wood handle. You can see the wear and tear on the wood handle, and it cost me only 20 lays, or 4.03 euros, or 4.31 US dollars. Next, let me show you these big scissors, and it's something engraved on it. It's quite large, Brinco, and that's it. It's a scissor made for gardening, and I did not pay a large sum of money for it, and this is the reason I bought it. It is a nice decorative piece, and I paid for it only 30 lays, or 6.04 euros, or 6.46 US dollars. And now let me continue with a beautiful small knife, and it opens like this, and also like this. This particular one is engraved here. So Richard Sheffield. It has this nice blade, nice handle here. Unfortunately, on the other hand, it lacks those parts, which probably were symmetrical. And this is the reason I did not pay a large sum of money. I paid for this item only 40 lays, or the equivalent of 8.06 euros, or 8.61 US dollars. Okay. Now I continue with this one. I like the fact that it comes in its original box. And here we have something written on the box, and it is the first time I've seen it. Morph and Write Sheffield HR Ain. This is a micrometer used for precision measuring, I believe. This is it inside of it. I like the fact that it comes with those engravings. We have here More and Write Sheffield, England. Here is a serial number, and those are different numbers to use as a measuring precision tool. And I bought this for its wonderful old box. It is a metallic box, as you can see, wrapped in this material. Again, I did not pay a large sum of money, so this, I thought it is worth the money only for the box. Actually, it is a micrometer, of course. I paid 35 lays, or 7.05 euros, or 7.54 US dollars. Now I show you this knife. It appears that it was tested. This part is silver, and actually this was a bonus from the seller because I bought all the tools. Also, this has a little engraving right over here on the blade. Of course, the blade is steel, it's not made out of silver. We have Schollingen, Fech Estal. Some engraving, someone verified it if it's silver. Of course, it's not solid silver. There is a part of it. Inside of it, actually, we don't have silver, and that makes it manageable and lightweight and easy to use. Of course, I won't use it. It's just for a simple display, and the fact that it was a bonus, I don't mind. And I continue with a knife. When I bought it, I thought it was a special retractable knife, but no, it's a knife. But look at the wonderful details. It's made by a French firm, Laguicole. You can see this little B logo and the details, and this handlebar is very ornated, and it's made out of bone, I think. Again, it's not retractable. On this I paid quite a large sum of money, not as much as I paid for my first auction, but it was also on an auction, and I paid 200 leis, or the equivalent of 40.28 euros, or the equivalent of 43.06 US dollars. And of course, it is by the same producer as this one. And actually, I thought it was the same principle, like this. You can see the B over here. This has those inlays in wood, which I simply fell in love with. But it's not, but it is by the same producer, so why not? I thought it was a sign, and I had to add it to my collection. So those were my buys, guys. Tell me what you think. I probably overpaid for some of them, and I think that this is a temporary phase. Probably I will buy more interesting, filled with patina items, tools like this. This was the episode for today. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope you can find out there on Facebook groups or on vintage flea markets small little treasures. Or at least if you won't find treasures, you can find some nice utilitarian items, items to use each and every day. And believe me, I speak with a little bit of experience. The tools made in Europe in 1950s, 1960s are far superior than those modern ones, probably made all of them in China because of the cheap labor cost. But these were tools that were meant to stand the test of times, and when you see that massive scissors over there, you know that that item has probably 100 years, and it will last at least 100 years more. So guys, thank you for your time. This was my episode. I will see you back in the next one. Again, tell me what you think. Probably I overpaid for some pieces. Probably I did an amazing deal on others. I will see you again in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourselves. And God bless you all, my dear friends. Bye bye.